Hey, it's Sarah here, and welcome. I'm so excited that you decided to show and join us, to show up for yourself and join us for this video. As I mentioned in the description, what I'm going to share with you right now is the how behind your ability to create, attract, and serve those clients who are playing at the $25,000 yes on the spot level, or even higher, like another client of mine at $125,000 sales, or another one who traded, while doubling the revenues, traded the office seats for the seats on cross-country and cross-Atlantic flights. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the content that you're posting and the podcast that you're showing up on and the webinars that you're creating and the funnels that you're building and the sales copy that you're polishing and the team that you're managing and so on and so forth. All the stuff, the things that you were led to believe are the keys to success, which, let's face it, to some degree, it allowed you to get to the point where you are right now. But where you are right now, you know that there's a better, simpler, faster way to get to where you feel you belong. So, as I said, what I'm going to share with you on this video is really for you if you are looking for ways to fulfill your soul's purpose, to serve at the highest level. And if just these two terms scare you, if they bring up insecurities or questions like, I have no idea where to even start, can I really do this? Bear with me. I'm going to take you step by step in this video. I'll give you the answers, and I'll give you the keys, and I'll give you the action steps, and we're going to connect the dots, I promise. But I do also want to say this. If you are somebody who is looking for a shortcut to avoid the hard work, if you are looking to make quick, easy money so that you can add zeros to your bottom line and feel good about it, disregarding what is that your clients are walking away with, this video is not going to be for you. So you might as well save yourself time, stop it, and click on to the next thing. So now that we put this out of the way, I want to introduce myself in case we are just meeting. My name is Sarah Oblak Spiker, and some people call me business consultant, some people call me mindset mentor. But in general, what we create with clients is quantum leaps. Leaps such as collapsing annual revenues down to a month, to a sale, reigniting sparkles in clients' eyes and bringing back the passion, not just into their business, but also their marriage, and everything in between. What we are doing is turning the world into my clients' playground, because not just is that what they desire, it's the life that I live. I'm a mom of 2 little ones, so I know how precious time is, and I know how precious the experiences are that we get to create. And I also know how it feels when on a paper you do have it all, when everybody's looking up to you as a role model, when you have ticked off all the boxes, fulfilled every expectation. But when you look yourself in the mirror, you don't recognize yourself. You feel empty, you feel disconnected, you feel overwhelmed, not to mention underpaid. You just don't know what to do and how to do it, because you don't even have a reference point for anything other than what you have been doing thus far. Or on the other hand, like some clients of mine who come to me, they become bored with what used to excite them, right? Or things that they have been working on and succeeding with, all of a sudden they don't yield the same results. So what ultimately happens is that they have to work even harder just to maintain that level. All sorts of things. Yes, it can bring some quite stormy forecast for your marriage. It can put your health on a life support. I've been through that too. It's not a pleasant place to be. So I wanted to share this with you today if you are a service provider, a professional, an expert, a leader who might be stuck at trading dollars for hours, who might be capped at $10,000 or $20,000 months, or just getting consistent $5,000 months, but you don't know what to do next and how to do it next. If you are seeing yourself as somebody who's going to become, who would like to become, let's put it that way, premium one-on-one mentor, or if your heart is more in leveraged ways with groups or programs, whichever one you identify with, this video is going to take you behind the scenes, and it's going to help you see things from a different perspective. It's going to help you think about things differently when it comes to your offers, when it comes to your mindset, when it comes to your business structure, when it comes to your environment in general, when it comes to your own relationship with yourself. And hopefully it allows you to start taking off your blinders, start rewriting the story, start shifting from the victim mentality where the circumstances dictate what is that you can or cannot do, and really take the ownership, not just for yourself and for your genius, but for your gifts and ability and powerhouse potential that you already have. It's already inside of you. But the chances are that conforming to generational patterns and cultural expectations and programming and so on and so forth, you kind of forgot about it. It's like putting on all the different coats, trying to conform to what's typical out there, trying to not to stand out, right? And all of a sudden you turn around, it's like, who am I? So this video, this training is going to help you bring it all together and really amp up your success, really kick it up a notch in a way that feels good. Not because somebody else told you so, but because it's congruent with who you truly are. So if you're ready, take a pen and paper and let's rock and roll. So typical thing is that when I start working with my clients, we work on many areas, which is to some quite surprising because they do expect a very cut and dry strategy, which is something that they have already invested in and they have experience from strategists and consultants before. And they do expect some, interesting mindset work, some journaling and some mind shifts. But that's not at all what they get. Because when you and I work together, if you choose so to explore, and if I do have the capacity, and if we do feel that we're fit, I'll be more than happy to help you create those quantum leaps in your life and in your business. But when I do work with clients, we go beyond the logical and structural stuff. We play in many different dimensions. We do things in a way that they have never experienced before. And that's what really makes it exciting. That's what it allows them to create massive results, sustainable results in a matter of hours, in a matter of days, right? So if you're ready, we're going to start with the mindset part. Because at the end of the day, I know that you came here to hear about your $25,000 offer or $125,000 offer or anything in between. It all starts with the mindset. And the mindset in itself, it's not just the journaling, but it's equipping you with tools that you have available all the time. When it's not on me to call you out and say, listen, this is what you're saying, this is how you should be saying, that's not how it works. It's equipping you with things that you do recognize when you go down that path, when you bring up the victim mentality, when you see yourself in a way that evokes a guilt or shame, that you don't suppress those emotions, that you don't ignore those thoughts, but it allows you to really process them. And not just process them, because processing in itself, it's a never-ending process thing, right? And it can take years. but in a way that you can deal with it, you can go through it in a matter of minutes, hours, days. Foundation to the quantum leaps. And why is this so important? Here's why. Chances are that as you have been building this amazing success for yourself, as you have been building this business and you have been fulfilling all the other roles that you're playing in your life, somewhere underneath is that operating system that's still activated that runs the show. And it's bringing you back to the same place, hitting the same walls, asking yourself same questions, sweating over the same stuff, just in a different format on a lot of different levels, over and over and over again. But if you believe that a new strategy, that a new tactic, that a new funnel or a new website or a new fancy photo shoot is going to solve the problem, you are mistaken. It's only a band-aid. And we don't do band-aids here. We don't do quick fixes here. You've outgrown that. We are really going into the core of everything, tearing down the walls that you have built around your wounds. But we're doing it in a way that really is gentle, and it's that safe space, as people say, that they're even surprised at how painless and easy and effortless and pleasurable the whole process and experience was. Because at the end of the day, if you want to create a different result, and if you want to play at the level that you have never played before, this is the luggage you have to check in at the gates. You can't bring it with you. And that's what we start doing. We rewrite your story. We drop the drama, so to speak. We start a process of deep healing where you can free yourself from the shackles of generational and cultural patterns. And even pronunciation mistakes like this are not going to stop you from owning your genius, from showing up for your audience, right? Listen, I have an accent. I was born and raised in Europe. And for the first couple of years, I was playing small because I was afraid of what people are going to say. But I was doing disservice to all the others who were seeking for me. And this is what I really want you to hear. The amount of time that you're spending obsessing and entertaining your fears is the same amount of time that somebody else is in their pain, unable to solve their problems because they can't find you. They can't see you. They can't feel you. They can't be attracted to you because you are dealing with all of your drama. So the mindset part also is going to be the transitional stage to now your offer and the structure and the pricing on your offer, because of this interesting misconception that a lot of people has and a lot of people have, and I wonder if this rings the bell. You have probably been told that in order to serve, you either have to give your stuff away for free or for a very affordable rate so you can reach the masses. The service equals masses. I'm here to challenge this assumption because nowhere is a rule that says that high-level premium service excludes serving the masses. It simply creates an extended platform where you can now welcome to and support those who perhaps have outgrown the beginner's stuff, the basic stuff, the deep, very focused stuff, surface stuff, so to speak. Or somebody who just doesn't want to be competing for your attention and for your time and for your energy, but wants the best service. They want the best from you, they want the best of you, right? Now, playing at this level does not mean giving yourself 24/7, overworking and pleasing back and forth. If you have experienced that at the beginner stages, we're just starting out and trying to overgive to prove yourself, this is going to be the time to drop that story too. Because at this level, it's a whole new game. It's much more pleasurable. But also what it does, going back to the service part, You're here with a purpose, and you're here to not just create results for yourself, but to help your clients transform their own businesses, their own lives, whatever it is that they're coming to you for. And that is only possible when you are at your best, serving at your highest level, because the level of those transformations cannot be facilitated in a container where there's 10 other people, where there's energy of thousands of other people, right? So keep that in mind. So as now we're going towards the actual offer, here's what I want to say. It's not about the features and the benefits, the skeleton, the technical structure that so many strategists and consultants and even coaches have been spending your time on. Here, it's about to go deeper. It's about to bring different dimensions, including your own soul. Why is it you're here for? What is the thing that only you can do? What is it your soul client really needs? It's very different from what you have been doing now. It's much more complex and much more holistic. Because at this level, what we're essentially doing is we're bringing together your genius, your purpose. Spirituality becomes a part of your success strategy. And the wealth consciousness is the background, so to speak, on which we are building everything. Not the money mindset. Money mindset is just a piece of wealth consciousness. We are shifting your perspective and perception and beliefs and being. We're bringing you up on a whole different level when it comes to anything related to money, abundance, wealth, receiving. Because let's be honest, by laws of the universe, there has to be equal exchange of energies. So for the brilliance, for the value that you create and add to your soul clients, the only fair thing is to receive the equal amount in exchange, right? And that amount is no longer, trading eggs for meat or milk. It's trading your brilliance for their credit card information, for cash. And those amounts are insane amounts based on where you are right now, but totally doable. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here listening to this video. And you know that money is spiritual. It no longer is that elephant in the room that you're not supposed to talk about, you're supposed to ignore, right? Not at this level, not anymore. It simply becomes a tool that amplifies all that you already are and allows you to create more, give more, do more for yourself and for others. And speaking about doing things for yourself, self-care no longer is something reserved for, some selfish people. It really becomes a part of your strategy, because at this level, you can only give to others when you first give to yourself. Another misconception when it comes to work and life balance that I want to challenge you with. Think about it. So the next part that I really want to bring you in, and that probably piqued your interest when you read the introduction and description, when I said, you can work with, attract, and serve those people, those soul clients, without the typical drama of the modern day marketing and sales, when it's so much about do. Here, it's about be. It's about being. I know, I was there too. When I first was introduced to these concepts, like, you have got to be kidding me. As a former athlete, the only way to create results as I knew them was to show up and hustle and grind through blood, sweat, and tears. Not as an entrepreneur, not as a business owner, not as a person who is serving the purpose, fulfilling the soul's purpose, not as a person who is transforming people's lives, not as a person who is looking to travel the world with her family, right? The rules change, and you're the one who breaks the old ones. So I want you to hear another very important thing. Things that have worked for somebody else, things that have worked for you before, here's going to be the spot when we start breaking them apart and rewriting your own in a way that feels right for you, not because somebody else said so or because somebody else has done it. You are now blazing your own trail. Yes, again, it's scary. This is why the mindset work, the shifts, the transformations, they are the foundation, and they're the work that 99% of people are not willing to do. They will keep themselves busy with updating their website and creating another funnel and launching another program, thinking that that's how they will create a massive revenue stream, right, and massive profits. Not necessarily. In fact, there's a much simpler way, much more elegant way. Yes, premium. And premium, like we already discussed, does not necessarily mean that you cannot serve the masses. You simply reach them, impact them in a very different way, much more soulful way. And to get there, you have to be willing to do the work that only 1% is willing to do. That is the hard work. That is the work that we're talking about. That is the work that you do while you're creating your 3-day work weeks, 3-hour work weeks, whatever it is that you want. Because you're no longer bound by clocking in and clocking out. Even though you're serving your clients at the highest level, it doesn't mean slaving away 24/7. Much, much different relationships, much different expectations. It's so magical, honestly, that I can't even put it into the words in this video. You really have to experience it. And the reason why I do want to make this so clear that it goes beyond the strategies and tactics is because, listen, I was there. I shifted my business, done for you services actually, a few years ago from $20 an hour to $25,000 packages based on the intellect alone, based on the strategies and tactics alone. Yes, we created amazing results for my clients, but like you're experiencing right now, I felt empty. I felt disconnected. It was not sustainable. What you and I are talking about here, and what you and I are co-creating and creating the possibility for you, is sustainability and profitability and excitement and fulfillment and the whole 9 yards of joy. Remember the sparkles in your eyes? Yeah, that's what it's all about. So there's other layers, obviously, that come into play and that kind of dictate your ability to navigate not just the transition, but to sustain at that level. Will that mean that you will need to hire a team? I personally don't have one. My clients, if they have any, they have very part-time and very limited support, because things that we do is so different and so much more leveraged and so much more simple that ultimately there's no worrying about all the overhead crazy expenses that all of us used to deal with. You know, when you have this amazing team that first and foremost needs you 24/7, that relies on you to be available Saturday night while you're putting kids to bed. And then at the end of the day, when you get paid from your clients, you turn around and yes, revenues are great, but so are the expenses. No. But again, how exactly that looks for you, it really depends where you are right now, where you want to be, and what do you desire. Because at the end of the day, it's all built around your desire, reverse engineered from your big vision, from the lifestyle that you want to live, not the one you have right now. We start at the end and we work our way backwards. We break the rules. We challenge the system. That's the fun part. And we go beyond the logic, strategic, right? We create the space where you can really have this emotional release, where you can unload the heaviness and the pressure that you've been carrying mentally for years. You can take off the masks safely. You know, the masks and the walls you have been building to protect you from the harm and the pain and disappointment and shame. Yeah. We create a space where you can. The reason why this is so important is, well, for your entire life, you have been told to tone down, to calm down, to watch what you say, watch how you say it, how you act, right? It's time to turn it up. It's time to turn you from a tugboat, chasing after people who don't even want to be saved, wasting your time and energy, giving it all away, to a mighty lighthouse with a beam so strong that attracts those who want and already know that you are the person who is the right for them, who already are waving their Visa and MasterCard at you and having the luxury when you can say yes, yes, no, no, around the desired schedule, around your kids' soccer games, around your travel itineraries. Holidays, take them off. Want to take kids to Europe for 4 months? Go ahead. Easily. When you combine your genius, your purpose, spirituality, and wealth consciousness, those sparkles in your eyes are going to reignite. Byproduct, it's going to be adding 5 zeros to your bottom line. Easily. My clients have done it. Some within a matter of hours and days. Some within a matter of a couple of weeks. I have done it. You can too, if you want to. If you're willing to do the work 99% of people are unwilling to do. But if you are, the views from the top is so much different than down there in the streets when it's loud and crowded. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And that's what serving at that level really is all about. And goes beyond the how many calls they need to make and what they need to offer, how many documents they need to create, and how many posts they need to put together for my clients to justify those prices. There's no justifying. There's no proving. It's about being, owning it, feeling into it, living it. And you'll see, when you give yourself a gift of acknowledging the fears that are coming through when you just think about those possibilities, and you choose to make the leap regardless, you are not only creating a space for your own growth and evolution and ascension, you're creating a space now where you can bring people who are around you up with you. You're creating a space for massive, powerful transformations for your clients, and for them to be able to create the same for their own clients and their own families. It's the ripple effect that never ends. It starts with you, and it starts with your conscious decision. When yes, you can be with the fear, but you can still move through it or do it scared. Where you choose whether or not you're going to keep your own stories of past experiences and hurt and disappointment and self-doubt, playing small, wondering how life could be different, pointing fingers and really feeling like a crap. Or you can take a rapid response, not rapid responsibility, but radical responsibility. Shift things around in no time. You have it in you, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting here, taking notes, envisioning how your life could look like. Because if you do have that vision, it means that you have the capacity to make it happen. But that vision wasn't given to you based on your bank account, based on your budget. It was given to you to test your commitment and faith. The reason why I wanted to share this with you is because your clients are going through the same thing, people who are looking for you. They're experiencing the same fears, same doubts, stuck in the same stories. And when you ask what is the difference between your services at $2,500 versus $25,000, that's it, what it is. It's not the skill set and strategies and the intellectual part that creates the results for them. It's your emotional maturity. It's the intangible playing field that is so much greater when the boundaries have been pushed, where you can now take them so much further. That's where the value lies. That's what only you can bring to the table and no one else. And when your clients out there are looking for the best, that's what they're looking for. And only you have it when you choose to shine your bright light, own it, and be open to receiving the equal exchange and expect it, that sense of urgency. Because let's be honest, you don't have time to wait another week or another month or another year with your fingers and toes crossed that things finally do work out by you still doing the same old thing, playing in the same safety zone. Investing, yes, of course, keep investing, but everything, if you're honest, it's still the easy way out. It's not the leap. And if you expect your clients to leap, you need to make the leap first. You need to become the client that you expect them to be. Because, like I said earlier, here at this level, it's about the energy, being, way more than doing and the strategic part. That's why it really doesn't matter the podcasts you show up on, the endless content that you're putting out there every hour. It's the energy behind it. It's what it's felt when you do it. It's what it's felt when you are being that version of yourself who brings that grand vision of yours to life, who celebrates that, who turns the deepest desires that you have today into your new norm tomorrow. You already have it in you. Come on. Don't pretend you don't have it. You do. That's what your clients are waiting for. That's what creates it. Yes, on the spot.